Well, I finished it on the Outlander. I don't know. It didn't keep me gripped. She has a very, the main character has a very solemn personality. She doesn't, she seems very troubled. And she doesn't talk a lot. And it's like she never got, well, her baby died. And then she did kill the husband. But she doesn't really get over it. It's like she has postpartum depression and the depression of losing her child all through it. So she's very withdrawn, so it's kind of hard to get to know her. There is some swearing in the book too. She is in the mountain with a lot of men. I really don't care for the swearing that much myself. And I had in my notes here that thankfully there isn't any graphic love scenes. But I guess I'm wrong, because before I wrote my little notes here, I always go and I always look up, and I got a kitty here just insisting that I pet him, Draco. Anyways, I said that thankfully there isn't any graphic love scenes in the book, because I guess I'm wrong, because when I went into the forums and I was looking up and reading what some other people said, the one lady said that she's at the part in the book where the graphic love scene is, and if this continues, she's not reading anymore. She's putting the book down. So I guess I skipped it. I don't read the lovemaking scenes. I want the story. It doesn't interest me to read that. I don't like it. So he's sitting there staring at me, intently staring at me to pet him, right smack dab in front of me. So I guess there is. I didn't see them. I missed them. I didn't read them. I don't read them. The love scenes. So I guess I just passed right over it. And I guess there is a graphic love scene. But there must be only one, I guess. The ending's okay. All I can say is I hope she finds some happiness. What else was there? There's a lot of talk about animal killing too, and if that bothers you, like it did bother me, and I was actually eating the one time, and I was like, oh, and I didn't read it. It was like I got to it, because they live in the wilderness, and she's in the wilderness, so they have to hunt, and they have to kill, and it gets a little graphic at times, and the blood, and I had to really skip over a lot of that. I kept getting to it, and it's like, if they saw any dead animals laying around, they were like explaining, and the blood and the fur and the hooves and the torn away from their paws and blah, blah. And I'm going, really? Is this necessary? I didn't like that at all. I kept like trying to get over that. And like I say, I was eating the one time and it completely turned my stomach. Talking about where they had been, what do you call it? Like, oh, for goodness sakes, can't think what you call it. But anyways, explaining where the mouth was, and anyways, enough of that. Now she does get to the town of Frank in Alberta, and there was a mudslide there, and so I looked that up, and there actually was, I think it was 1903 or 1904, there was actually a mudslide in Frank, town of Frank. 82 million tons of limestone slid down Turtle Mountain within 100 seconds. That's what it said in Wikipedia. It took out part of the Canadian Pacific Railroad line and a coal mine. So there is some interesting facts about that on Wikipedia if you're interested in reading that. Besides that, it is an okay book. It just kind of dragged. It reminisced a lot. She sits in her own thoughts a lot, thinking about her dad, thinking about the past throughout the whole book, which doesn't really seem to fit in with anything she's going through. She's always kind of asking herself, is she happy? Is this happy? Was she happy? Is she content? So, kind of dragged a little bit to me, but it's a good story. It really describes the scenery, and she's running a lot. She's on the run a lot from those two brother-in-laws. So it describes a lot of the woods and the scenery that she's around. Anyways,